all I need to do now is sort out a unicorn. Leave it with me. Okay. So yeah, smoky.
It's alive. So when we first said, we sent them the screenshot and they said, oh don't worry, that's probably a small whale or a large shark.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, a large whale or a shark down at a depth of 162 metres. That's pretty crazy. And then when we told them that we were on Loch Ness, they thought we were lying. They thought it was a prank call.
Look at the size of the tiny wee front doors. I'll show you my favourite one now. It's just down here. We're about to pass it now on the left. Number 148. Look at the size of that wee door. Right, hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
That's pathetic. I'm alright. I'm good with that. Alright. I also go by another name in the Highlands. I am very, very well known. A bit of a celebrity. A-list, of course. Okay, so the other name that I go by is the King of the North. Okay, on a few of the windows it might say, an emergency, break glass with hammer. There are hammers strategically placed up the side of the bus, each side. You take that because I'm on a motorway, but I will ease off the gas, which is still quite illegal, but I'll do it anyway. Alright? So on your left hand side, they're coming up, there they are. Those are the Kelpies. A couple of pink buildings, and there's a bit of a road between the buildings and an archway just coming up on the left here. And this wee road on the left takes you down to where the old Roman settlement used to be. Now, I'll talk about the Romans a bit later. It's a funny story, that one. Alright. Now these wee houses on the left, I love these wee houses. Look at the size of the tiny wee front doors. I'll show you my favourite one now. It's just down here. We're about to pass it now on the left. Number 148. Look at the size of that wee door. I like to stand outside that door and pretend I'm 6'10". People walk past, I'm like, how you doing, wee man? You know. Just directly in front of us just now. A lot of the snow is gone from the Highlands now, thankfully. There was quite a bit of it. December, January and February. It's starting to move now as spring is coming closer. I say spring. We've only really got two. Passing right now. That bridge there on the left, that one right there has got absolutely nothing at all to do with Harry Potter. The real Harry Potter bridge is in Scotland. It's at a place called Glencoe. Okay, and it's about 100 times bigger than that. I don't have time to take you there on this tour, but I do go there on our pilgrimage. Glencoe a bit further in, okay, but I'll give you a little teaser. It's a landscape formed by fire and ice. Okay, and I'll tell you a bit more about it very soon. But Glencoe is a very beautiful place, and he saw this as an open act of defiance because nobody told him any different. So he signed orders and sent them to the Scottish Secretary of State, a guy called Sir John Dalrymple, who changed the orders a little bit and sent them to the garrison near Fort William. On Friday the 3rd, members of Clan MacDonald under the age of 70 was to die. They started killing them as they lay in their beds. First man killed, 72-year-old Ian MacDonald. Now the alarm was raised and some of them managed to run for it, but a lot of them got out of their beds in their night clothes and ran up the mountains in their night clothes. A land made with fire and ice. Okay, the mountains here at Glencoe are about 3,000 feet in height. They used to be some 4 times higher than that. Oh, that's looking bra. Looking good. There you go. Now, how do you tell the difference between a sea loch and a freshwater one without tasting it? Because you all know you drink salt water, vomit's never usually far behind. Well, the best way to do it is if you look down onto the shore or the banks, as we call it. All I need to do now is sort out a unicorn. Leave it with me. Okay. So yeah, smoky and non-smoky. Now what happens is they take the peat.
Also, upon our return to the canal, it is important that you remain seated until the vessel has come to a complete stop. Please listen to the following safety announcement. In the unlikely event of an emergency, it is important that you follow the instructions given through the vessel's public address system and directions given by crew members. Adult life jackets are stored under the seats in the saloon and upper deck. Child and infant life jackets are also carried on board.
Your tour guide for today. I'll be your first mate. If you want, I'll be your friend. Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Can you understand me?
Yes.
Do you need some whiskey? 3 X's, you're in for a win. If you struggle to understand me or any member of crew, whiskey will help you. If you struggle with English language speaking, we also have some pre-recorded commentary. You can get this translated by scanning the QR codes we have downstairs beside the bar. Arabic, Chinese, Dutch, English, French, German, Hindi, Italian, Japanese, Norwegian, Polish, Russian, Spanish, Swedish and Ukrainian. world is water, and we've been mapping the seas and the oceans. Downstairs, these blue screens, you can see the shape. It's like a big bathtub, steep sides, rounded bottom. What a bathtub's designed to do? The shape is designed to maintain temperature. So Loch Ness will stay the same temperature all year round. Pretty cool. And that's what it is, cool. So that's the first problem, going into the water. The second problem, what can Homo sapiens not do underwater? We cannot breathe underwater. This is a huge problem. The third problem we have, Loch Ness is extremely deep. Out there in the middle, there is about 200. And this is when things get quite strange with sonar as well. Now that we're getting into the middle, it gets steep and deep. Average depth of Loch Ness is 182 metres.
News in 2019. So this one here using ray marine sonar on our larger vessel.
Yeah.
You can see at the surface you get like the twilight zone where the small fish are.
Yeah.
Midnight zone is where all the larger fish start to hide. But in this area here you've got the Arctic char, which are very small fish that are light sensitive, so they can hide in this area. And with the larger fish here, they go up and feed in here.
Yeah.
So this is like normal. We know what's in this area because we've managed to explore it.
Yeah.
And then as you come down, you've got all these little creatures, but then you have this. We didn't know this, but we were taught by Ray Marine after we sent this in. They said if it's curved, it's full of air, it's alive. So when we first said, we sent them the screenshot and they said, oh don't worry, that's probably a small whale or a large shark.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, a large whale or a shark down at a depth of 162 metres. That's pretty crazy. And then when we told them that we were on Loch Ness, they thought we were lying. They thought it was a prank call.
Thank you. Thank you. Scottish corner.
back onto the A9, onto the southbound carriageway, hence the reason we'll have to come through the town to actually get there. And then from there, we're just going to boost it down towards the city of Perth, where we will skirt the city of Perth and get onto the M90 motorway. And we'll follow that down to the Forth Estuary, which is a 2.5 kilometre stretch of water that separates Fife and Edinburgh. We'll cross the estuary, we'll use a bridge, because if we don't, well, we'll get wet. Okay, and onto the Edinburgh side, and then it's just a short drive into the city centre from there. Traffic should be a problem at this time of the evening, and we'll get...